mean, what's happened over the past roughly 40 years is that both parties have shifted to the right. The Democrats are essentially what used to be called moderate Republicans. The Republicans are just off the spectrum. They're not a parliamentary party anymore. And that's actually recognized by leading conservative analysts. One of the most respected of them, Norman Ornstein, American Enterprise Institute, describes the Republican Party today as a radical insurgency that has abandoned parliamentary politics. Actually, you can see it in the last, ever since the Obama election. Mitch McConnell and others made it very explicit right off that they have only one policy: ruin the country as much as possible, hope that people will blame it on the Democrats, and then maybe we can get power back again and we can follow our program of dedicating ourselves with utter servility to the needs of the very rich in the corporate sector. Well, now, of course, in order to gain votes, they can't say that. So what they've done is mobilize sectors of the population that have always been there, but have never really been politically mobilized, like evangelical Christians, nativists who are afraid that they are taking our country away from us, white racists, people who are so terrified that they have to carry their guns into church because maybe somebody will come after them. These sectors of the population are there, and that's now the base of the Republican Party. It was very striking to watch the primaries, the electoral primaries. One after another person came out from the base, each one crazier than the last. Bachman, Kane, Santorum, all raving lunatics. The Republican establishment was frightened, and they poured money in to try to destroy them. And they managed to knock them down and get one of their own men in, Romney, kind of establishment Republican, but only by undermining the base. And they're facing it again right now. The base that they've organized and had to organize because their commitments are so far to the right, they're having a hard time keeping it under control. I mean, I don't want to draw analogies too closely, but it has some similarity to what happened in Germany in the 1930s. I'm not the only one to point this out. Incidentally, it's leading German historians have pointed it out.
Yeah, he just fucked you up, Republicans. No, he put that in really clear terms, and he described it in a way that I never thought about before. Because what he's saying is the establishment of the Republican Party, we all know what they want. They want to be corporatists. They want to be the elites. They want the power. They want the money. They want the control. But are they really in alignment with the furthest right wing of their party, with how rabid they are and how loud they are and how obnoxious they are and their beliefs, particularly on social issues? And the answer is no. The answer is they would rather have a Chris Christie in power, Jeb Bush, Mitt Romney, just like the story we covered yesterday, where they know that these people are simply corporate robots, where their belief system is copy and paste. Whatever my donors tell me, whatever the lobbyists tell me, I will do that. I will not listen to the far-right lunatics and the people who represent extreme evangelical thought or pure white racism and all this nonsense. And he's right that I never thought about it before, but it's true that Mitt Romney, Jeb Bush, Newt Gingrich is another one. These guys were propped up by the most money in the last campaign, and in this upcoming campaign, they're going to be propped up by the most money because that's who the establishment is comfortable with. But the Rick Santorums of the world, the Mike Huckabees of the world, the Michelle Bachmans of the world, they're too fucking crazy, and they're loose cannons. And even the establishment is scared of them because, yes, they know that these guys will do their bidding financially, but they might fucking destroy the country in other ways, like socially. So areas where the establishment would disagree with the far right would be on issues like abortion, for example. They don't necessarily want to outlaw abortion because that will lead to more civil unrest and it'll threaten their profits and it'll threaten stability. They don't want to say fuck you to all gay people. I mean, they don't want church and state to totally be married together. They don't want a lot of corporations and big money people, they don't want gun anarchy in the United States. Like, what was it, Target, who said, okay, you can't fucking just carry your weapons in here anymore. These are issues where the establishment and the elite on the right, the leaders of the right, they're fucking scared to death of the rabid people in their base. And what Chomsky's saying is, it's getting to the point where they're not sure they can control those people. They're not sure that those people will not overtake the party. See Ted Cruz. You have to remember, all the people on Wall Street, all the establishment people, the Mitch McConnell, John Boehner, they didn't want to shut down the government when Ted Cruz shut down the government because they couldn't get Obamacare repealed. They did not want that. In fact, a lot of establishment Republicans, believe it or not, secretly they love Obamacare. Now, why do I say that? Because the insurance companies fucking love it, and the insurance companies, since they have more money, they have more business, well, the insurance companies also pay the Republicans. They also give campaign contributions to the Republicans, so they tell them behind the scenes, hey, wink and a nod, sure, you're against Obamacare, right? Please tell me you're for it, or else you're not getting any more money. You can kiss this check goodbye if you say you're against it. So they'll give speeches, yeah, I'm against it, yada yada, but in reality, a lot of establishment Republicans are for Obamacare. What now the establishment is scared of on the right is, what if Ted Cruz wins? What if he overtakes the party? What if you have a guy like that take control and he really ships out 11.3 million undocumented immigrants who we kind of need to keep the society functioning? What if he gets in there and he tries to ban abortion and crack down on gays even more than they're already cracked down on and bring church and state together? What if that were to happen? Well, they're scared, and we should be scared as well.